Well, we live in a society where it's easy to feel like you're in constant competition, and sometimes that urge to succeed can bring feelings of jealousy. But you can use that green-eyed monster to your advantage.
Yeah, mindset coach Katie Horwitch is the founder of Want, Women Against Negative Talk. Now, she's also the author of an upcoming book, Want Yourself. She's joining us live now to talk about how reframing jealousy can help you be more proactive. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so pumped to be here.
All right, let's go ahead and start by breaking down the difference between jealousy and envy.
Yeah, I love that you started with this question because often we use jealousy and envy interchangeably, but they're actually two different things. So jealousy is about the fear of or the threat of losing something. So someone else has something and you want that thing instead of them. Envy, however, is more about a longing for something. So someone else has something and you want it too. You want it as well as them.
Yeah, that's a really important distinction.
Yeah.
All right, so how does social media play a role in all of this, and more importantly, how can we fix that?
Yeah, so social media kind of amplifies everything, right?
Your highlight reel.
Exactly. I was about to say, you're seeing everybody's highlight reel over and over again, and it's really easy for those feelings to bubble up. So short-term solution, if you will, is definitely to curate a feed where you are muting or unfollowing people who you feel that sense of jealousy or envy triggered over and over again. But what we really want to talk about is the humanity of it all. Jealousy and envy are human emotions, so it's about developing an awareness and then cultivating tools around that awareness.
Okay, so how do these feelings of jealousy actually impact ourselves?
So jealousy, you mentioned the green-eyed monster. Jealousy can make us feel like that sense of comparison, like we're doubting ourselves, we're not good enough, smart enough, but also jealousy and envy feel bad. So there's the feeling and then there's the feeling about the feeling. And oftentimes when we're feeling these things that don't feel comfortable, we can confuse this feels bad with I must be bad. And that's a really dangerous road to go down.
So that's how it makes you feel yourself internally. What about relationships and how jealousy may impact relationships?
Yeah, so I don't know if you've heard, there's a saying that jealousy works the opposite way that you want it to. So often if we leave jealousy or envy untouched, we try to ignore it, what can happen is those feelings of resentment start to develop on the inside, and we end up actually pushing away what it is we wanted in the first place.
All right, can jealousy ever be a motivator? Because I feel a lot of times when you're so focused on what you're jealous for, it stunts you from pursuing something.
Yeah, so going back to the difference between jealousy and envy, underneath both of them is really good information. So underneath jealousy, there's usually some sort of lack of trust. And it could be toward other people or places, but a lot of times it has to do with lack of trust within ourselves. Now, envy, I like to call it like the tap on the shoulder that's telling you what you actually want in the first place.
Now, what are the three things that people can do when those jealous feelings, they start to kind of bubble up?
Yeah, so number one is sort of a choose your own adventure. Number one is getting clear. Are you feeling jealous or are you feeling envious? And that's where you choose your own adventure, right? So step two, if you're feeling jealousy, you ask yourself, where am I feeling that sense of distrust, especially within myself? And then working towards building that trusting relationship with yourself. Now, if it's envy, you can ask yourself, what do I actually want to feel? So not just what do I want on a surface level, but what's the feeling under that? And then the third step, it's the most important, it's action. So being proactive, not reactive, that can help you build the life that you want to live and ultimately be the person that you know you're meant to be.
Okay, really quickly before we let you go, your new book, Want Yourself, why was it important for you to write this?
Yes, so self-talk isn't good or bad, it's information. And a lot of times we will plaster a pretty phrase over a negative one, but in order to shift our self-talk in a real lasting way, it's actually not so much about shifting the talk, but shifting the self part of the self-talk. So I wanted to write this book as a tool and a foundation for people to do that work.
Love it.
All right. Well, Katie, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you taking time to come in to talk to us.
Thank you so much.
And for more positive self-talk tips or to pre-order Want Yourself, follow Katie on Instagram at Katie Horwitch.